Hey guys, and welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast with me, Alex Whiteley. Today, great episode for you. We've got the amazing Chloë Hatfield joining us, who you may know from the Friday breakfast show on InTune Radio. She also runs Chloe's Flowers as well. You've probably seen her on Pride Hill. Amazing guest. Thank you so much, Chloë, for coming on the show. And I've just got to say, guys, at the moment, my creative juices are flowing. I feel like I'm, for the first time since, I don't know, late 2021, I feel like my synapses are finally firing again. And I just want to make stuff. I don't know what's going on with me, but I just want to make stuff. I've redesigned the Biscuit logo, which is now going to be seen on flyers all around Shrewsbury, on business cards and stuff. I have created a new idea for the show called Biscuit Takes. It is hot takes with the Shrewsbury Biscuit, but we're going to do it properly. It'd be sort of like there'll be a parental advisory on that, and there'll be just little videos that we just put on our Facebook page. I'm just running with ideas. I've come up with this idea. I bought the microphones, designed the logo, and before I know it, we're doing it. So Biscuit Takes is going to be brand new to the Biscuit. I'm really excited about it. So if you see me in and around Shrewsbury or somewhere in Shropshire, or you see it on the social media page that I'm going to be somewhere, and I'll have a tripod, my phone, mic's sitting there. If you have a hot take you want to tell me, sit next to me. We'll record it. We'll release it. It's that simple. That's going to be fun to make. Inspired by my episode with the guys from the Talking Shrimp podcast, I've been chatting with Tom Bruno. I feel like there's definitely scope for a You Suck revival. I talk about You Suck all the time, very fond memories. And after speaking to Joel and Mitch from the other week, I started listening back to some of those old episodes, and it's just filled with me with so much like emotional nostalgia, and I just feel like that we should definitely do something. What happened with You Suck was I moved from podcast hosts. I moved from Podbean over to Captivate, who are amazing, love them to bits. But like as the RSS transferred from one to the other, we lost a load of our content from the feed. And at the time, I was kind of like, it's done anyway. I don't care. But now I really care about that old project. So I got a hard drive with everything I ever recorded. So I'm going to start uploading older episodes of You Suck onto there. And I'm going to start trying to push that on the Facebook page again, reignite the SEO, get the name out and about. And I'm thinking we could do something. I'm thinking just one show with me and Tom Bruno, who I've already spoken to. I was just sitting there with a microphone chatting. That's all I need. That's what You Suck is going to be. So there's ideas. And if you know what You Suck was and you want to get involved, there was a massive team of us. Please just get in touch because it's going to be fun. Real fun. Anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get on with today's episode. Chloë is a great guest and she's got a lot to say. So sit down, buckle your seatbelts and enjoy the ride. See you guys at the end. Enjoy. I focused on the wrong stuff, but baby, you ought to change now. Let them talk, let them talk. Took my lumps, roll with the punches. Made my bed, ignore my... Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you for joining me on this episode today. Today I'm joined with Chloë Hatfield. How are you?
Hi. Hello. Yeah, good. Thank you.
You are a face that's kind of everywhere around Shrewsbury at the moment. You're doing lots of
I do cool a lot of different things in a lot of different places. Yeah. I don't really know where that puts me in any realm of anything, but it's a lot of fun.
It's good to be busy, isn't it?
I'm a busy person.
I was talking about this today in work, and I was saying, like, if I'm not busy, if I'm not doing something or creating something or working or doing something, I think I would just drive everybody insane because I just have this bundle of energy.
I really would. Yeah. I mean, that was lockdown when everything stopped.
Well, I was talking about lockdown last week. Brought back some amazing memories when there was a point where the Shrewsbury Biscuit, because they couldn't do radio for a few days.
Yeah.
They kind of did. It was just weird. We were kind of the only people doing media, really, for a little bit.
Well, InTune Radio, where I work now as a radio presenter, they began in lockdown. And I was tuning in in the kind of crazy place that I was, I was actually looking after a lady with dementia, and we'd sat down and tuned in and listened to the first airing of it.
Nice.
And now I'm on it as a kind of DJ.
I do have an affinity with InTune. I had a little show on there for a little while. But I had to pull it because I like to do live shows. And in the time it took for me and Wayne to sort out me doing a live show, I took on way too many responsibilities and commitments and couldn't commit. So I
mean, it's changed over the time. That was, before me. I mean, they've got a little studio now. So since they've had the studio, that's when I've started working there.
They've done some amazing stuff.
I'm a studio manager and...
Wow.
Do the Friday morning breakfast show,
which is really
local bands and stuff like that on. So, which is why this has kind of brought me into, intrigued about doing a podcast, because I'm working in that field a lot more now, and I've just.
Do you listen to podcasts? Do you?
I have caught up on a lot of yours, to be honest.
Oh really? Oh, bless you. Thank you.
But no, I'm not a podcast person. I think I feel like my podcast era, I'm not in it yet. And I will be, because I can listen to music if I'm going down the street, but I can't on a podcast. I can't concentrate on it. So it's like having the time. Now I'm a mum and I'm at home more with a baby. It's actually easier. I can put it on in the background if I'm at home doing something. I actually had to take up ironing recently. I don't iron, but that is something I have to do something while I'm listening to a podcast.
I was going to say the same, right? I can't just sit on the bed and listen to a podcast or sit on the sofa and just listen. I have done in the past when it's a really important one.
So where do you listen to them? What's a podcasting lifestyle?
So for me, it started off with, we were talking about this last week. It started off with me with Kevin Smith. I love Kevin Smith, love Mallrats, Clerks, Dogma, that kind of thing. But Kevin Smith for me he was a pioneer when it come to the early Smodcastle days of podcasting. We're talking like 2009, 2010, really, really early. But they developed a way to do it as live shows as well. They had like Ralph Garman, Andy McElfresh, obviously Jay Muse, Eddie Penn. They had this amazing team around them. And it was, for me, I was working in an office on my own in the night, and it just kind of drowned out the silence, really.
Yeah, so that's a good place to listen to podcasts.
Yeah. But I also would listen to it in the car. I would listen to, it was just an obsession for a little bit. Yeah. It was more to be part of a community, right? So if you listen to, I don't know, Shagged, Married and Annoyed with, what's his face? Or you listen to Diary of a CEO or any of these kind of things, you're part of that community. You can then join a group on Facebook and talk about the podcast. You are.
Yeah, okay, I see where you're going.
Included in that conversation.
I like listening to Tower Readers and occasional communities that I'm part of. So, but I think my ear is yet to come. So I'm very intrigued about coming here and doing one with you.
Oh yeah, it's an honour for you to shout out as well, because I mean we do have a lot in common. I think we
cross paths a lot.
Yeah,
I don't think we've had enough conversation.
No, I kind of see you on passing, but this is kind of nice. Well, you know Tristan Copeland, right?
Yeah.
So I saw you on the documentary.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know her. Cause
I met him through the documentary. I was good friends with Gary.
Yeah.
So I knew Gary before I knew Tristan, and then that's what got him to meet me. He's like, you're a friend of Gary. Do you want to?
What we're talking about, listeners, is we remember we did the interview with Tristan Copeland at the end of last year, and it's the About Gary documentary we were talking about. Yeah, which is very sad, wasn't it? We were talking about go back to the pandemic. We were just strange times.
God, I don't want to talk too much about it because it's just there's so many rabbit holes, and I'm kind of glad to be the other side.
I feel like the whole world went through the Bermuda Triangle.
I don't think it's healed yet either. Like it's a bit of a weird energy in the universe now. I don't think we're quite, it's going through something.
Yeah, I think there were lots of businesses that started before and during COVID that are now getting to that point where maybe money's owed, or maybe they're struggling now because
lots of things. People are struggling day to day, aren't they? And they're just kind of living.
There's a WhatsApp group going absolutely mental at the moment on my watch, my phone. So I'm just going to quickly mute that. I'm very sorry about this. Mute forever. For 8 hours. It's handy, isn't it? So yeah, the pandemic was great. It wasn't great. The fact that time just works differently now, I think. When you look back at the pandemic, you go, it was 6 years ago. And it's always met with a 6 year. It was 6 years ago.
It's an event that no one can not remember now.
Yeah. But anyway, so are you Salopian yourself, or where do you hail from?
Yeah, I was just saying I like these mic caps.
Yeah.
Blue and amber, blue and yellow. Yeah, I'm a Shrewsbury Town fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
We are too.
I grew up going to the Gay Meadow. Until I got a job, I went to loads of games. My brother and sister, really, they're big Town fans. Their dad, my stepdad, he's buried at the ground. So
really?
Up here, yeah.
Oh,
so yeah.
We love the club, and that stems from being like, the Welsh kid in the English town and not being able to be part of that community and that conversation. I think that's why the Kevin Smith thing really took off for me, really, with the podcast, because I couldn't be part of the community with supporting Wrexham, growing up there. To be part of that communication, sort of the community with the podcast and with the football club here.
So you're from Wrexham, but
so I'm originally from England, from Telford originally.
Okay.
Then I grew up in Wrexham.
But you support Town.
And then I came back here and I support Town, which is very, so like the document, the whole thing with Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds is very bittersweet for me, because amazing for the town. That town needed a lot of love, but the football club, obviously, there's a big rivalry there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've just kind of dropped off being, I don't know, worrying about the rival thing. I quite like to watch it, whatever's on. My sister was like, I hate Wrexham, but now I'm not actually. I don't.
I'll
watch a Wrexham.
I love rivalry for like the rivalry side of it, but I feel like when it comes to like the fighting and the violence and the real personal stuff that people get involved with, I don't like that sort of stuff. I like being like, oh yeah, we beat you. Do you know what I mean? Like, and shouting things back at each other in the ground, but like not like in a nasty way.
It used to be a bit different. I feel like I think it's a bit newer now. It was like I felt like the good rivalry before, but I don't know. It's all a bit changed and newer now. There's new generations coming through, and I think it will just kind of changes and generations change.
And also, while we're talking about the Shrewsbury the town club, oh my God, my words today. This is what happens when you do an office job and then you come sit in a microphone. Yeah, you can relate. We were speaking to Mitch and Joel last week at the Talking Shrimp podcast, and I said to them, right, so the open day for Shrewsbury Town is on the 26th of July.
Oh, yeah.
We got invited to be along. We've been at Smithy's Bar on the open day for the last two seasons, and they asked us to come along again. But my wife, being the selfishest years, booked festival tickets. And the band that's headlining on that day is the Fratellis, not Kasabian. I said Kasabian. I was like, I'm not missing the Fratellis. I'm sorry. So I asked the Talking Shrimp guys if they would do it, if they would do the podcast on behalf of the Biscuit, and they said yes.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to be the honorary Biscuiteers for that day. Yeah. So the Shrewsbury Biscuit will be at the open day with Joel and Mitchell.
Oh,
so that'd be good.
Well, an older Shrewsbury Town shout out. I was chatting to Lenny the Lion guy the other day, and he wants to write a book about Lenny. And he was asking for any old stories. He really wants them, like if anyone knows. And I said, are you on Facebook? Are you on this and that? No. Word of mouth, he says. So if anyone's got like an old story that needs to go in the book, he's going to bring up all these characters in different ways. Then, yeah, write it on a piece of paper.
That would be great for the
drop it at the castle banquet. Because he needs to put it in his book. I'm like, how are you going to get all these letters? But
yeah. It's a strange one, isn't it, when you're trying to get people... digitize people, bring them in up to date with technology and stuff. And I guess with the radio, with InTune Radio, I mean, we use our phones to listen to that and laptops and TV. You can get the apps on TV and stuff. Do you feel like people are still kind of isolated away from those technologies when it comes to accessing media?
Well, I live in Monkmoor and I've only just been able to get the internet in the last couple of months.
Amen. So I can relate so much.
We tried every company.
Over there, they've got like 500 megabyte.
So I feel like it's a bit hitched. Like it's a bit. It's not all there. It can chuck you on and off. It's not like. It's still not like turning on a radio. It's not like a physical.
Yeah.
It's not quite there yet. The internet has got its boundaries.
It has. And I feel like when it comes to not just the older generation, or definitely people...
It will come forward.
Absolutely.
It's kind of there, but it's not entirely there.
I think, we got DAB radios, but like I feel like they could do... I know there are tablets, I know there are laptops and phones and stuff like that. And even your...
I think
devices.
like people don't trust them.
Yes.
And rightly so, really. You know? It's...
Some of a bit...
Yeah, I don't think all the...
Right, so a subject that I wanted to bring up with you, I wanted to bring up with the listeners in general, but I've made a bad mistake this week. Okay, so I went for an eye test last week. I use glasses for when I'm editing and when I'm working.
I used to work in opticians as well.
Oh my God, I felt like, you know that Family Guy scene where Jafar's doing the eye test?
Yeah, I need glasses.
1, 2...
Yeah.
One again. That was me. Honestly, I hate doing eye tests.
That would have been me before, giving you a little... I used to love that.
Slide one or slide two?
Sorry, carry on.
So when it came to ordering my glasses, they give me a demo of the Meta glasses. And I thought, oh my God, these are amazing, right? So they got headphones built into the
This is so up my street.
And they got cameras, and they kind of look cool. I suit Ray-Bans generally, right? So I thought, oh, these are wicked. So I ordered them. I was like, I want these mainly for the headphones. I thought... use my glasses to edit anyway. Headphones were linked to my laptop. I could edit just wearing my glasses, you know?
I can't imagine this. Have you got them?
I haven't. Right, so I've ordered them. Then I started seeing all these posts about creepy men with Meta glasses. I'm reading about offices banning them, theatres banning them, public spaces. I mean, rightly so sometimes with kids banning them. And I was like, oh my God. I just bought these glasses and now I'm going to look like a creep. So I've rang my opticians today to see if I can cancel the order because they're not here yet. Because I've just panicked and thought, oh my God.
That's interesting. But that's what I mean. Like everything's come forward so much. When I started school, no one had phones didn't really exist. So it's not that long ago.
3310.
I remember the internet starting and, having the computer and winding it up and whatever. And it's come far quickly, but it's not got those boundaries.
Yeah.
So a lot of, maybe older generations, it
is hard. And Shrewsbury Town Foundation, or in the community back then during the pandemic, were doing a great thing. They were dropping off tablets to vulnerable people so that they could have meetings together still. They can have the tablets and see each other.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. But a lot of them struggled to use them.
Yeah.
So those classes are really important. And a big shout out actually to, I was in Whitchurch the other day, Biz Ed. I don't know if have you ever heard of Biz Ed in Whitchurch?
No.
So these are amazing people that are lottery funded, and they help people that aren't up to date with tech learn how to write emails, learn how to apply for jobs online, pay their bills online, and people just go and they just teach these people how to use the technology. And I think it's amazing. Just want to give them a shout out.
I think that's great. That's great. It's just not for everyone. There's still going to be people that's
They're talking about the switch
inaccessible. Unaccessible. They're still going to it's not going to be accessible for everyone. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, it will change. It will certain things need to catch up, and then you will be able to turn on your radio and do things, and it will just all be normal. And
the reason why you talking about tech not being trusted,
it's like a transition. We're in it.
Yeah, we are. I was talking about my Meta glasses earlier today, just talking about them. And I opened up my phone and there's an advert.
It's advertising them. Yeah.
So when you talk about tech,
I always rate them. I talk about these on my show quite a lot because I'm like, I didn't know that kind of opinion, but yeah. I mean,
I think it kind of makes sense. In some if I'm because my job, I speak to.
To me, they're like spy glasses. They are. What are these spy glasses? But then, that can be.
That's what I always dreamed of as a kid.
Yeah.
Was having a telephone on my watch, Inspector Gadget, because that's what they used to do, and glasses with cameras.
Well, it will be there. That will be in the future. But
what I found really creepy was, and let me turn my mic up a little bit. What I found really creepy was that there are covers so Meta designed these glasses so that when you take a picture, there's a flash, so people know you're taking a picture. So you can't just do it discreetly, but they've now got covers for the Flash.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird, I think.
That's a weird way of getting around everything in technology, isn't there?
Yeah,
it's got to be, you know.
It's very odd. So I was kind of like, no, I don't want to be associated with that. So, listeners, am I being overly cautious? Is this right? Do you agree with Meta glasses? What are your thoughts? I'd love to know. But just don't call me up. I had a listener cold call me yesterday.
I saw your post.
Yeah. Very
Are you okay?
I won't mention it. Yeah. So my podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is apolitical on purpose. You know,
right.
So it's a break from the news. I don't, if you're coming in, I'm not going to talk about any of the riots or any left or right or anything like that. It's got to be a break from all that. It's positive
it's
about
like
the
if
time.
you go to a pub.
So if you listen to my show and you disagree with one of my guests' point of view or something like that, don't call me and tell me that.
Oh, is that what happened?
It was so odd. But yeah, I mean, thank you for listening to the show.
No, it's hard to speak about things and people not do that. I don't even like... Facebook's ridiculous at the moment.
It's hard, isn't it?
It seems like all the trolls are on there. I don't comment anything because why would you? You just get like...
I've had
pounded
to...
with people.
I think
it's worse at the moment. I think lots of
bad.
people have probably dropped off it and...
There is a setting on your Facebook.
Troll off.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? I think Zucks needs to take away on anonymous posting. I think he needs to make it so that if you sign up to Facebook, right, you've got to give your national insurance number or something so that people can identify you, so that it'll stop the racism dead. Do you know what I mean? So your Facebook page is personal for you, so that if you go and say something racist or nasty, it will fall back on you. There are consequences to what you say, but because people can create fake accounts, it can just create noise, right?
It all just looks a lot of noise a lot of the time. Anything that's public like that, I don't mind looking at my friends' bits and bobs and holiday photos and whatever.
Are you a lurker, a social media lurker? I am.
Is that what it's called? Probably. I will not comment.
Yeah. No.
I won't bother. There's no point. And you see really bad stuff and you just think you'll just get hounded. You'll get people ringing you up.
It's randomly ringing me up.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's too much of it. I'm not interested. I think a lot of people probably aren't interested.
I need to take a page out of your book, I think. I really do.
Just switch off. I'm having a better time getting out my door, actually. This isn't relevant. You're not relevant.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. I have had to make an effort with it because I feel like sometimes I like to defend people.
I get that.
But I've learned
I've seen certain people doing that a lot. And
I've learned you don't win. You never win.
You don't, exactly. Yeah. You just get 10 more people on top of you. So it's taken away a bit of your energy then. And yeah, don't feed into it. That's what I'm doing with all the stupid face. I do like to stick up for people, in their own right, but Facebook, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'd love to step away from. I think I did delete my profile once. I worked out that I could still do the biscuit and just quieten. I think you can do a temporary sort of step away type thing.
Yeah.
On Facebook, I did that for a little bit, but I feel like I don't know. I don't live a solitary life, but there are times when I'm kind of I wonder what people are up to. I'm being nosy.
I don't cut it off now. I think I probably did in lockdown when I was looking at it too much or something, but now I just, I have it.
So let's talk about InTune Radio. When did so you said you started?
I've been working there about 2 years since the studio opened in the Darwin Centre.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've come full circle. I always wanted to work on a radio station. So I grew up pretty much next door to Radio Shropshire, and I always just thought as a kid that I'd be on the radio. It's just the things you think of as kids. It's just that was going to be my job because it's there. And we always had a radio on, Radio Shropshire, in every room in the house had it on. So I felt like I grew up with these presenters as well.
Ooh,
and
nice.
I just thought I would be one of them. I was already involved. And when I turned 15 and had work experience, I went there with my letter and I was like, right, I'm going to get on work experience. I asked them for work experience. They said, no. They said, no, you can't be here. You've got no experience. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went to work at the flower shop next door, and I did that for the next 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Worked there, got a job there, learned the flower trade through the really lovely Flirtations company. Lovely team, had a great time and learned a lot, absolutely loved it, and have just done flowers ever since. I have done other things along the way, but I saw that InTune had volunteers. I'd applied to be a volunteer, and I was selling flowers on my bike as a peddler. So I've been doing that for a couple of years. It's something I'd wanted to do for about 10 years, but after lockdown and everything, I just started doing it. I just got out on my bike and got a peddler's license, and I was selling flowers. Mm-hmm. So I was Chloe's Flowers. Well, I do still do that, and I will be doing it again. But that came to a little break. I was going to get a flower shop. That kind of fell through. And within 1 hour, Wayne rang me and said, "Do you want to come and work on the radio?" And I was like, yeah, yeah, okay. And he was like, "Well, I see what you do with your flowers. You're not scared of talking to people, and we want people from the community, not necessarily radio people. Like, you do a lot in the community. I work in hospitality and a lot of the gigs and events and festivals and things like that." So yeah, then I started.
How was that like as something you always wanted to do?
I only kind of realised that as I started it, that I was like, hang on, this is full circle. This is the flower thing. Actually, I really wanted to do radio.
Yeah.
And learning, it wasn't my natural forte, talking. If you hear some of my shows, the earlier ones especially, I definitely gave that radio silence at times. Did lots of like too many ums to the sentence, and ah. But if you do listen to them, bear with it, because I do get to the point at the end of the day, and it's been a learning process to me, but I do enjoy it, and I want to get into it more. I have that natural thing inside me, but finding that talking, it's been difficult for me to find my voice in it. I don't really talk like this with people. Like, I wanted to do this today as well, because I'd like to maybe do podcasting, but it's not almost natural to me, but it is. I just need to find it.
I keep doing that with the microphone. It's very strange. I'm a professional. I always say, like, imagine we're just having a coffee. We're just having a coffee and a chat. It's a nice little vibe, the podcast, because, I mean, I suppose it's who you are. If you're a good listener, I think that's the skill. Because you can do the whole Harry Shearer. I always use Harry Shearer in Wayne's World as an example. Not paying attention while somebody's waffling on. Got to listen. That way you can have a great conversation. The radio is different though. I did the radio for nearly 2 years with Splash Damage Radio. We had Naughty Talk going. That was amazing. A great experience. But I found planning the show was taking far too long.
It's a lot of planning.
There's 3 hours to plan a show.
Yeah. It's totally different. So I wanted to experience the podcast.
I mean, how
this is the podcast?
I just hit record and we started talking. It's very nice. I used to come with reams and reams of notes. I took notes last week for the Talking Shrimp podcast, but I didn't use them once. My phone stayed like that face down. Sometimes it's good to have it.
So have you got less and less notes as you've gone on with it?
Yeah. So I mean, it's a learning curve for me. So I've been podcasting with Tom Bruno over in Vermont for about a year before we had our first sort of proper celebrity in the flesh. Charlie Adlard come around my house, and I was like, "Oh my god, Charlie Adlard's around here." It's weird that I can call him a friend now, but he's a friend. It's weird. But the first time he came around, I was terrified. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's here!"
Yeah.
Me and Tom, we sat up the night before. I wrote 4 pages of notes.
Oh my gosh,
4 or 5. Didn't look at them once.
Which is better. So my new energy, I'm constantly changing my energy with going into my show, and what I've brought here today is to not really even think about it. I had to go completely off the other end and not even almost think about what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
because I was staying up talking the conversation through, and that would mess my conversation up because it never goes exactly how you think it's going to go. And then an answer, and then someone answers you back differently, and you've worked up all this thing in your head, and it's actually stopping you from doing the conversation. So I'm just trying to go in with like a clear energy and almost do this natural chat on the radio. I'm trying to get more to that. But yeah, I'm trying to find my way into that natural chat.
It takes a while, and even like this is an example. So with every podcast that I do, I always feel like the first sort of 10, 15 minutes can be a bit of like, all right, how's it going? Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And within 10, 15 minutes, we're just flowing, right?
Yeah.
Because conversation is not, it doesn't feel natural when you've got headphones on and there's a microphone in front of your face, right? That's for everybody, even me sometimes, and I've been doing it for a long, long time.
Yeah.
It's only when you start finding connections, similar ideologies, and the flow as well. That's when you start sort of opening up a bit.
Yeah, it's longer on a podcast. On like the radio, you've got these small snippets, so you've got to get to the point really quickly. So if you start skirting around the edges, then you've got to play a lot of songs in the middle. You know, it's
we used to have a Discord running with Naughty Talk, and it was live. I used to love it, and I used to mess up all the time. But I go through like one of my heroes for radio, and I know that there's some people maybe feel differently about him, but Chris Moyles for me was my go-to because he didn't care. He like if he burped on the mic, he burped on the mic. If he pressed the wrong button, he'd press the wrong button. He'd just go with the flow, completely organic, no over planning, and it would just be so natural and so like free flowing that's how I always wanted to do it. Yeah. So if I messed up on Naughty Talk, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I messed up, I pressed the wrong button. I'd be like, yeah, press the wrong button.
Yeah,
go with it.
It took me a while to get that to just talk about actually what you're doing a bit. But now people are like, you need a catchphrase, you need this, you need that. But you do need little bits to get you around. So just to. Yeah, I haven't got a catchphrase, but like, I don't know if I need one of that. Guys, I don't need everything people tell me to do, but...
You've got a good voice for it, though. I got to say, you got a good voice for the radio. It's very good. Is that a weird thing to say?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if my voice is always like this as well. You know, if you go in a different mood, that's the other thing. Like, I've been stressed... I've had a stressful day today, and all day I couldn't really think, and I'm like, am I going to go in... Is my mood going to be completely off?
I feel like...
Does that ever change you? Do you ever have like a...
We were talking about this today, actually. Yeah, so me behind the microphone, I'm 6'5", built, and I can do what I want. Me away from the microphone, I'm a completely different person. I'm a bit nervous and a bit quiet. Some people may be sniggering now, going, oh, Alex, quiet, whatever. But generally, I'm a bit more anxious away from the microphone. This is my universe.
Oh.
Right? So I feel like this... So Kat Merrick, I always bring up Kat Merrick. She's an absolute legend. She said, this is a type of meditation. Because inside this bubble is all that exists right now.
Ooh.
Nothing else exists.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so when you're doing the radio and you're thinking about timings, songs about to finish, I need to talk, you're not thinking about your bills. You're not thinking about the next episode of EastEnders.
Generally I'm not. No,
you're thinking about the show. You're thinking about what's going on. So I think that's why we sound a little bit different when we do these kind of things, is because this is our domain.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. It makes sense to me.
So flowers, I get that as well. Like, I love doing my flowers as well. It's something I'm going to carry on doing. It's I started again this week, actually. I'm going to get my peddler's license renewed, and I might be biking up and down the street.
That's nice. So you need a license to be able to sell stuff off a bike in town?
Yeah. So you've probably seen Ice Cream Man, Ted. Mm-hmm. He's been doing it. Well, he did it for about 10 years until I started. He must have been doing it about 15 years now. But he's always been a friend of mine, and he's always really inspired me. I've finished work sometimes and doing the mundane jobs, working in the opticians like I did and various other things, it sent me a bit mad. I needed to do something else. Like, with every ounce in me, I could not do the job I was doing.
I think everybody needs I call it a creative voice, right?
I'm hugely creative. Yeah. I just, all the time, I need to be doing ideas and things, and I have to be doing that, or I just completely caged.
I have this problem all the time. I want to, if I have an idea and I don't run with it, or I don't do something around it, it kind of festers in my brain because it plays like, Pong.
Yeah.
Back into. Like, have you seen Subway Takes on Facebook? The guy that sits with a credit card and he uses hot takes on the subway. He's got a moustache and he's like, hot take. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do that in around Shrewsbury. I want to do that around Shrewsbury.
I like that.
So that's what I'm going to be doing. Cool. I've got the mics on the way.
Yeah.
It's going to be happening. Guys, we're going to be but I think I'm going to have to do it on a separate Facebook page because I want it to be raw.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think
that's its own little thing, and it's not.
So that's what we're doing very soon.
Great idea. I love that guy. He brings out really great aspects of conversation. I love that. So being a peddler, I've always just liked hearing things, just overhearing conversations and stuff. I've always found that so fascinating. Just people on the street passing by, and as soon as I started doing, the first day I went out, and I've been wanting to do it for 10 years, chatting to Ted going, this is what I want to do, because I just felt like that's what I really wanted to do.
I remember Ted. I went up to him and spoke to him. I know a family member of his who I'll mention to you off air. I don't want to call her name out on it, but I know a family member of his, and she was like, you need to speak to Ted. He's always selling ice cream. So I remember going up to him bottom Pride Hill. I think it was like the first year of the Biscuit or something like that. I was like, I've got a podcast. Do you want to come on my podcast? And he's like, all right. And I just never asked him again. I don't know why. I'd never asked him again.
Oh, I'm sure he's mentioned that to me.
Yeah. I was like, do you want to come on my podcast? There's so many people around Shrewsbury that. By the way, if that's weird, if that's happened to you and it like happened 2-3 years ago, just get in touch if you want to come back on the Biscuit. That's just again, social anxiety away from my microphone. So I have this real bad memory of when the Biscuit started. I had a little Tascam microphone, and I wanted to find out where people were shopping for Christmas if they were using independent stores. It was a case of seeing how many people used Wild Cop and what shops they went into. I got told to piss off so many times on Pride Hill because people were going A to B, and I stopped them on Pride Hill. I was selling them something. So that gave me such a weird, like, oh my God. It took me about 18 months to 2 years to be able to get used to doing Vox Pox again, to doing that. And that, I remember that was during the pandemic. After the pandemic is when Beth was doing the drive-in cinemas, and I was trying to get interviews with people, and people were like, no. And that's because I was kind of sidling up to him with a microphone and go, do you want to do it?
That's the way you do it, yeah.
That's the way I was doing it, which is a weird energy. I'm all about energy exchange, baby. I'm all about positivity, and that's because the moment I started waving my mic around and going, you want to do a podcast? Do you want to do a podcast?
You were attracting the energy that you were bringing.
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, I'll do one.
It's crazy,
it clicked
isn't it?
For me, man.
Yeah, I absolutely, the first day I went out, I felt like an idiot. I felt like an absolute idiot. I had this I've got a really old bike. It's as old as me. And I've strapped these baskets to the front, and I put some plants, and I had this little sign I'd made myself, and I had a hat on, and I was just sat there looking around with this oh God, and then someone bought something, and then the first person that bought something, I was like, oh, it just changed everything. It changed everything. And I had this, it all fed into it. And then another person and another person. And then I built up my little clientele. And then every time I go out on my flowers, it just happens that those people are there on Pride Hill. It's like we're all linked in to each other's kind of day. It's strange. It's really strange how energy works like that. But
so, I mean, that's amazing, by the way. Congratulations, because I'm so happy for you that worked, because, the way you were painting the picture was like, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah, I've got a picture of it.
Build it and they will come. That's a great philosophy, right?
Yeah.
So what's a day in the life for you setting up your bike? So from the moment you order the flowers in.
I need to do a video of that. I absolutely love it. So I was getting flowers just from... There's a few different places I get flowers from. So I maybe won't go all into that, because there's different. I was getting some from kind of the go through the Dutch trade. Not everyone kind of likes that now, because you want to get local. And I tried to get local, but this was in the winter and there wasn't anything local.
Well, you got to go to where there's flowers.
So
right?
Yeah, I was getting some. They'll get dropped off to me at home. I've got a big long shed. I get them all into water. It takes a long time. It depends how much you've got, but it's heavy as well. They're heavy, but this is what I've done my whole life, my whole working life. So I love it. It's my, I know it. It's what I know. So it's just easier than making a cup of tea to me.
Really?
It's just nice. It's just, you go to, I can think about other things. I can just do it. And
yeah, because it's going to sound like a weird pull, but tell me Karate Kid, right? When he's doing the bonsai trees and saying, you think only bonsai. You know, you're cutting the plants, you'll meditate.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the plants and what you're doing, right?
Yeah, and if you're doing a wedding, a funeral, a birthday bouquet, every step of that, you're thinking about the person it's going to or the person that's ordered it and the meaning, all the meaning into it. It's if you plant something, my friend's Gaia Kitchen, Bryony will know this, that when she plants her plants to grow to then eat, she's putting meaning into those, and it goes all the way through till them eating it. You know, it's just something special in it. It's magic. There is
great.
a magic in it, but I love doing it. It is just, I really enjoy doing it. So I get all the flowers done, put them in water. They have to be there for about 24 hours to, they settle in. So you can't just chop something and then sell it straight away. It's not going to last. So you have got to put them in their correct feed and water. You've got to put them in the right temperature. You've got to
optimize them, right? To make them the best they can.
You've got to leave them. They could have travelled however, whatever. So they need to be at least 24 hours in that right temperature. And then they're all rested there, and you kind of, so I'm preparing everything else. So for Chloe's flowers, I really wanted to get away from using cellophane and all the materials. I wanted to try and get away from everything that does get bought in, but I was still getting some of the flowers brought in. Some of them are British growers, some of them aren't, but the materials, the
supply and demand, it's got to be, yeah.
I was trying to get my own way. Like, you see these flowers in front of us are in like a glass bowl. I was trying to find something different of presenting the flowers in. You see them in like a big box sometimes, or you see them in like a cellophane wrap.
Yeah, sometimes they come like a ball of water, don't they?
Yeah, in cellophane. And then the ball of water is often in a box, and that's a lot of packaging that you've bought. And will get thrown away after maybe 24 hours because then need to put them in water. But it's nice to present it in. So I had these cardboard tubes that Sign and Poster, thank you very much, Sign and Poster, very kindly just gave me all these tubes from their vinyl, the tube you have after. So I picked them up for free. My partner Dave, thank you Dave, cuts them all to size, and I decoupage them. So it's a decoupage cardboard tube, and I put my little bouquet in that. It still has the cellophane. I get biodegradable cellophane, so you do hold the water in that. But it's just, for me, that's recyclable and also
unique as well.
It's unique. It stands up quite nicely, as you can just leave it there. You could just top it up. They'll end up drying in this thing. And then I get these tubes brought back to me. So one of these tubes I actually decorated in, like, I use Vogue and all stuff like that because my degree's in fashion, so I'm quite into this. I like the art and the fashion, the design. So that was just a really interesting part of the flowers I wanted to get into, was doing this kind of design thing. And I like the look of it. It's cool. It was different. I got a copy of the Vogue that had the Queen, the original Queen, that, you know, Queen Elizabeth. So there was some really like iconic photos of her in Vogue, and I had this one tube, and that was all had Queen on it. And I sold this bouquet a few times, and this went to people. The tube come back to me, so people will bring me back the tubes and be like, you know, use it again, and I'll sell it again, or they could just get rid of it, or they say I'm using it as a pen holder, or this or that, or whatever.
Nice.
But this Queen one kept coming back to me. So when Camilla did actually come to town, I ended up selling the bouquet that went to her had the Queen or the Vogue on it. So she did get my bunch of Chloe's flowers. Wow. I did buy in Camilla carnations just to get that, so she would have taken that home with her.
Did you hear about that guy that did the rose for David Beckham from his daughter recently? I've forgotten his name.
David Austin, right?
So I wrote to him. I was like, I've never heard of a rose. What's his profession? It's a rose. Hold on, I need to find him. He's an interesting guy because it's something I've never spoken to someone that does his job.
David Austin.
Yeah.
So have you been there?
No.
Oh my, so close. It's so close. David Austin Roses is really, really close. So it's Shifnal.
Wow.
The nurseries are all there. You can see every rose. You're in the perfect time to go to it now.
The way I spoke to him.
So it's a family business, and it would have been like his son or something, like grandson has kind of carried it on.
I put, hi David, I've never in my years of doing this podcast spoken to a head Rosarian. so David Austin isn't the that's
it would have been probably his grandson or something that is now.
That's amazing.
He passed away quite like not too long ago.
So I've probably just insulted this guy by calling him David. What was it? Liam. It's Liam. Right.
Oh, so
yeah. He's reached out to them. But that's really cool though that you have that connection.
Go and see it. It's really cool. David Austin Roses. It's an amazing journey as well. Like
I will get a head Rosarian
rose journey. Yeah.
on here. I was going to ask you a really weird question. My brain told me to ask you this. So if it's weird, do you talk to the plants? Do you talk to them?
I sing about them.
Like Nancy from Oliver
I've got
Twist.
Stupid little songs about different ones.
Yeah.
Alstroemeria.
Love that.
Do I sing? Do I talk to the plants? Sometimes. I mean, not as a thing, but you tell it off if it's not doing the right thing. You say open. This needs to open. You know. So
hey, get your act together.
Yeah. I guess you do.
Do you get used to thorn stings and stuff like that? You're like, oh, you little knobhead. Like.
You get used to not doing it because you're good at it.
Oh.
I mean, you do get the occasional one. You get real bad cuts, if anything. It will be like a proper chunk to the finger that you need stitches, you know, because...
It's a bit like burns in a kitchen. You get kind of used to it, and avoiding them, not making them.
Yeah, so if you're going to do it, it's going to probably be bad.
I love that. I love this. I love grassroots businesses.
Yeah.
Like Close Road.
So I put these all in the tubes, get all the little bouquets done,
yeah.
put them in the tubes, fill my bike up, check the weather, obviously. Yeah. Check it's the right kind of time. I'll be doing this in the morning. I'll get all the bouquets together, put them all in tubes, settle the bike up, fill it up with... There's not many I can put in the bike. I'd like to get a bigger bike. I have tried to kind of look into the right. It's not kind of come to me yet, but I'll put as many as there as is right to put it in, maybe some plants in the front, and then bike into town. So I'll go down Underdale Road, push my bike up the cop, and probably sold a few by then.
Really?
People stop me. Yeah, I'll get off the bike as I start getting around any people, and you go into mode then. So then I'm a peddler. Like then it's different, and I've got it now. It took me a little bit to get it, but as soon as you get it, I get what it is now. So I push my bike, and you kind of look at everyone that you're passing, and kindly, and that's it really, and you kind of smile and you're open to what are you doing.
Yeah,
everyone is looking at you like
energy exchange,
or potentially like what are you doing, what are you selling. So a bit like at a market, you know, where they're shouting roses for £10, roses, you know. I had this at the start, this, you know, people coming up to you all the time going, you're not telling people, you're not shouting, you need to do this. And so many like actually angry people telling me off for what I should be doing, or like what I should be wearing. Some guy said I need to dress like an Edwardian girl, and that's what Shrewsbury deserves. And I was like, mate, I dress like myself.
You get any guys like, you need to smile, love, you need to smile.
Oh, well, what girl doesn't get that all the time?
I've never heard that a guy say that, but that's because I'm not a girl, right? But I'm not trying to be someone.
It's sometimes people don't always mean it, but you know, I had that in the kebab shop the other night, and there were 7 guys in there, plus all the guys working. I was the only girl in there, and this guy was just looking me up and down, just kept, you know, and I felt like he was trying to intimidate me, and then that's all he said. And I'm like, what do you want? What are you trying to get from that?
It's very strange.
Yeah, I don't
to
like
say
that.
To someone.
Yeah, you got to bring the good vibes being a peddler, and you have to. You do get people that aren't like kind come up to you. You do see things, and you have to do your best to kind
diplomatically move away, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because last thing you want is somebody on bloody TikTok. Oh, look at the flower girl fighting someone in the street.
Yeah.
Battering them with her roses.
Yeah, I'd get some views then, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you would. A bit like the video we did of Battlefield last week. That was insane. I'm still getting like hundreds and hundreds of views on that. 600,000 views that video got of the Great Storm of Battlefield.
Oh.
That was me.
Yeah, I know.
They were talking about it on the
I
radio,
saw that.
apparently. Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? What does this weather do, this time of year do for you for flowers? Does it improve things for you? Because obviously it helps the flowers grow, but it's hard to sell them in town because you can't judge the weather.
Yeah, so my allotment, now I have an allotment. So since I've had a baby, I've stopped doing the flowers when I kind of got pregnant and got an allotment. So I'm loving the fact that this is raining on my allotment. It really needs it right now. It's been really dry. So even just for the flowers that you'll be buying in, you want the flowers to be grown. So I eventually did end up buying all my flowers from a lovely local flower grower. Self-cultivated woman. She's in Battlefield. She grows wonderful flowers, but I will be thinking about the flowers growing and what it's going to do to them. This weather did get rid of all my peonies, so all the peonies have opened at the moment, and I know they will be flushed, so you know that it's going to rain. You've got to cut all your peonies down and if you want them. And so I think about the actual flowers rather than, I know if people want to buy flowers, they can just pick up or something.
You've got now a different sort of spidey sense with the rain to everybody else in Shrewsbury. But I feel like when it rains in Shrewsbury, I think of the river. Straight away, I think of floods and stuff. You're thinking my flowers are getting flooded. You
picture where all the flowers are growing. I do think of the floods, actually, like being a person that works in town a lot and, Where
were we the other day? We were in the Colum Tap the other day with some food, which right. So my pet peeve when I go to restaurants is, and listeners, you can, I might be too fussy, the ice cream to dessert ratio, right? So if you buy a crumble or a hot chocolate fudge cake,
right,
and they give you this tiny little ball of ice cream, and it doesn't match the proportions of the said dessert you've bought, I think it's atrocious. They need to work out the perfect scoop for size for a dessert. And I'm happy to say that the Colum Tap were great. They did a great big ball of ice cream.
I guess you enjoy it more if it's the right ratio.
Well, if it's like, I'm not going to say the pub I went to.
Also sausage rolls, the right ratio.
Sausage rolls, what? Meat to crust sort of thing? Yeah,
all those things. Like, it's a good one if the ratio's on point.
Pate to toast as well. If you've got like a massive bit of pate and they give you like 2 half pieces of toast, what am I going to do? Just eat the pate by itself and give me something to spread it on? Do you know what I mean? I think, these are things I look at when I go to restaurants. So I'm just saying, like the Colum Tap, they gave me a great big ball. I did mention it to the guy. I was like, I got a thing about the ice cream to dessert ratio. Anyway, I go on these tangents all the time.
Make a t-shirt about it and wear it, and then you'll always get the right ratio.
Good scoops only.
This is the ratio I deserve.
My wife rolls her eyes. She goes, "Oh, here we go." She literally said that. Like when the guy came to the table, so like, "Do you want to order desserts?" I was like, "Wait, I will, but you need to bear something in mind." And she goes, "Oh, here he goes."
Well, you have to tell people like you get what you ask for, don't you? Sometimes, if there is something you like a bit different.
If I said, "Oh, can I get a bit more ice cream?" They might put it on the bill. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to make sure they're committing. When it goes to that. So, what are your thoughts on, like, Shrewsbury's a very good place for independent shops, sellers? Is that something of pride for you? Because, like, obviously there are towns that don't really have that. But for you, you're an independent seller, right? You're part of this culture.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think, like, part of my peddler selling inspiration came from the fact that I would probably not be able to open a shop have the means to do that. So I'm going to spend £12.50 on a peddler's license and sell my flowers on the street. So I think it's great that we've got all these shops, but the price to get a shop is still unaffordable for a lot of people.
Yeah.
When I grew up, I have this like little memory of being a kid, and it must have been around Mardle somewhere, probably maybe where Lister's Village was, and you could walk kind of through the area. And I remember like all these little kind of market shops, and there'd be like crystal shops and places that just kind of opened up a bit like if you're in a foreign market or something, or like a Camden market, or, you know, like a little... I picture it like that. I don't know if it was like that, but I picture these little units just kind of pop up, and it's where someone like me maybe would have been able to come and sell their goods. And I think Shrewsbury could do more. We're pride ourselves as a market town. We've got the indoor market. There's probably areas you could do an outdoor market in the summer, especially
they do the farmers market in the middle, but I'm sure that, I mean, I got to be careful what I say because of what I do for a living. But I'm sure there's prices involved of hiring a spot, or, you know, for your stall to go. But I remember when I was a kid, man, there were markets, car boots and stuff all the time. You know, even like I remember let's go buy knockoff. Do you remember Mighty Max? I don't know if you're old, young enough. Mighty Max, like, they were like Polly Pockets but for boys.
It rings a bell.
They used to sell knockoff like sets in Dawley Market, and I used to go spend my pocket money on that. That's very
I like these market things, you know. I like
it. Certainly give like places like Temu and Shein a kick up the backside if you can make that a part of your community. Yeah, but make it like accessible as well.
Accessible, and you've seen the shopping centres being shut for ages. You know, the big shopping centre. You just see a lot of unused space, and it grates on people. Things will eventually happen with these things, but sure. Also, I've worked in like the arts, the arts and the creative sector. There's places that there could be more. There
Absolutely,
could always
totally
be
agree.
things. I'm a massive person for the community, so I work in the Loop Fest. The parade was very graciously gave me a free shop for or best part of the year to do a community kind of arts shop for the Loop Fest. The run
parade are amazing. They're amazing.
But isn't that nice of them? They were just like, I have this whole area for free.
We had a studio there for a year, 2 years. 2 years.
Okay, I remember that. So it was just probably near that where they gave me a free unit. Not many people came, to be honest, but that's not the point. The point is someone giving you the opportunity to do it. That they put, they wanted to do something for Loop Fest, and in that I was inviting people to come in, and we were going to make something creative towards the festival, and we made these big funny dragonflies, and it wasn't as much as I would have liked, but it was still something. And it was the start of, but I find there should be more things like that, and more opportunities, and more social hubs, more like community based
bringing people
centers where it's actually affordable for people to do. That's why I did the peddlers thing, though, to skip out all of that.
I didn't realise you had to. So does the term peddlers mean like literally selling on the street, peddling your stuff, or not?
You have to be moving.
Yeah.
Moving seller.
Literally peddlers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you don't rent a spot because you're always moving.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't really know you had to do that.
Yeah.
Loop Fest was amazing, though, wasn't it? Bringing all those people into the town. And that's the last time I saw you was... I think it was Ash.
Ash. It was the Ash game.
I got in trouble for that. Jimmy messaged me the next day. He was like, Alex, I can't have you in the pit, man. And I was like, what? And it's because when you do media, you're supposed to go into the media pit, take your photos, and then go.
And then get out.
But because I had like a musical crush on Ash, like genuinely.
My sister cried. She cried, and then
I remember seeing your sister. You said, "Look at my sister.
Look at my sister. She's crying." And then we went to buy a T-shirt after, and the guitarist, can't look at his name right now.
Not Tim, the lead singer.
No, the other.
No, the bassist. I don't know. I can't remember his name. Yeah.
Mark.
Did he?
Anyway, I don't
was he walking about?
Because I was. It was her generation, not mine. But yeah, he was there, like with the T-shirts.
He was his skills on a bass guitar is insane.
And she was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "This is my sister," and she cried. And he was like, "It's all right, man." But yeah, it was a really cool gig, and I've been like with Jimmy from the start, like years before he was even years before it had started, just when his brain was ticking all this over at our kind of house parties, and he was like, I'm going to do this, and this, and this, and this, and everyone's like, what? And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah, he knew his vision.
He's a mental powerhouse, isn't he?
Yeah, he knew his kind of 5, 6, he knew it all from like way before.
Well, we spoke to Jimmy.
Just doing it. He's a guy that actually makes things happen. So
I think 2 months,
fair play, Jimmy Kebab.
before Loop Fest, I think we spoke to it, and he was like, "I got the idea for this venue. People can come off the train, they can listen to music and go home on the train." And I was just like, "This guy, you can see, like you said,
he reminds me a bit of me with my passions, but it's in a different way. And he's kind of got more. I don't know what, but you know, he's kind of planned this through and so excited about doing it. This passion from ages ago. Now it's coming through, and actually,
so Russell Lissack is who I was looking for, the bassist from Ash. I just thought I had to do that because there might be listeners going, "Who are you talking about?" Yeah, he plays a three-string bass guitar, 3 strings, and he moves around the stage like an animal. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I got in trouble for that. I sat the whole set through Ash in the media thing. So Jimmy was like, "You can't do that." I was like, I was both sorry and kind of like, "Oh well." At the same time, sorry, Jimmy. The first live band I ever saw on a festival, so I was kind of had to sit that through. Next time I will behave. I promise. Maybe. No, I will. I'll be good. So
it was amazing, and yeah, I really appreciate. Like we all just like do it. You know, we've all just been there and worked together in this crazy.
I love the Loop community. Honestly, such great people. I mainly see the photographers and the media people, and I see the same people every year. And every year, everybody gives a high five or a hug or something. It's just a nice group of people to be part of.
Yeah, it's amazing seeing it actually manifest in real life.
Well, I'm so proud of Jimmy for doing, like you said, taking those visions and then not just running with them, but executing it in an expert fashion as well.
Yeah, with
the team he's got with him. So I am proud of him for doing that, and he'll always have my support. I've got Mighty Vipers on my board there. I want to see them on the 13th of when's this going out? This goes out on the 8th. So yeah, on the 13th this weekend, guys. Make sure you go and see Mighty Vipers at Loop.
I'll be there.
Yes,
serving you a beer. One of the other things I do. Pretty good bartender.
I've been telling everyone at work, I'm like, "Oh, the Mighty Vipers, come, let's go for beers." Because like Dave from the Mighty Vipers, I interviewed him last year at Loop, and I said at Loop Festival, and I said to him, "You are the human personification of the genie from Aladdin. The way he moves and the way he plays and his facial expressions and stuff. He is a live action cartoon."
Yeah, you're right.
He's quite a cool guy. Yeah. So make sure you go see the Mighty Vipers at Loop. And I'm speaking to Jimmy how we can help support that venue, because it does need support. If you want to put an act on for a whole day, or if you want to use it for a charity event, something like that, please get in touch with Loop or Jimmy.
Yeah, put your ideas towards Jimmy's world of Loop mind.
Yes.
And you know, things come of it. Things really come of it. He's such a community focused person. It is all about that for him, and
I feel
making it what it is. And you know, for me, he's like, right, yeah, Chloe's flowers. You know, I was going around there with my flowers on one year, doing brochures in one packet, and you know, he's just like, bring it on.
He does what I can't. So he asked me like last week for a graphic. Just a graphic so I can do something with it. Still haven't sent it to him, and that's not because I couldn't be bothered. It's because I'm thinking about one thing and another thing and another thing and another thing. I changed my logo, which I'm very sorry, Web Orchard. I changed my logo. Means I have to change the website. But like, somebody said my old logo looked like it looked rude. Is all I can say, because I kind of did the silhouette of the microphone and my face, so you can imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked very phallus shaped.
I need a logo. Do you make your own logos?
I make my so Loop. Sorry, my God, getting confused now. Web Orchard, amazing sponsors. They made my last one, which I absolutely loved. I said I want something very morning show-esque. If you know what the morning show is on Apple TV, it's an amazing show. Make sure you watch it. And so they made me that, and I loved it. But then I started tinkering with it and messing with it, putting my silhouettes on it and stuff. But then I was like, I need something bright and beautiful and sunny and fun. So now I've created a football shirt style.
3 lions.
It's the 3 leopards.
The leopards, sorry.
The 3 lions.
I've made myself a t-shirt with the 3 leopards on.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got it done by the lady in the market. They do the embroidery. So I just got the perfect kind of yellow t-shirt and said, "Can you put the Shrewsbury Town leopards on?" And gosh, she did a good job.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I've already got business cards coming, and I got a few flyers as well. If you don't mind me,
I should have worn that today. Yeah, well, man. We're on a podcast.
I remember. So that was my.
You'd appreciate.
Oh, absolutely! I love anything that anybody.
Probably doesn't fit me now because I've had a baby.
How are you finding parenthood, by the way? Are you enjoying it?
Well, yeah. Absolutely. I've got the perfect little boy, so yeah. What's not to love? Best thing ever. But it's a lot harder than I could have imagined. Even though I got a very easy child, I think it's just a lot harder. There's a lot of mental energy. Isn't
it weird how your thought processes change when you have a child? You kind of like it becomes like with my it's all about them. I'm always thinking about them. My son's been on residential for the last 3 days, and all I could think about was him when I was away. Do you know what I mean? It's like whereas when I was a bit younger, it was kind of like, yeah, how many beers can we have this weekend? Do you know what I mean? Like it's weird.
Yeah, I started my first day back in Marie Curie, so I work in a charity shop as well. I started there on Friday, and it was so weird. I've worked there 10 years, and I didn't think it would be like that different, and it was so different because I'm always finishing, and I normally have like an anxiety when I'm finishing, like something's going to happen. So like, who am I going to like meet? Am I going to go for a beer, or are we going to go for food, or I'm going to go home and have some tea? And that's not, I don't know, what am I, there needs to be something like that I'm doing, and I don't know, there's something, it's the missing piece of my life.
No, I love that.
To finishing work thinking I'm just going back to my baby, there was just nothing, it was just normal. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. It is really nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that undevoted kind of love. I love that. So yeah, where can people follow Chloë's Flowers? Where are you?
Well, I feel like don't
physically follow.
Yeah. Don't follow me. Right.
In social media and stuff, you know.
Well, that's the thing. I did get a lot of Facebook crazy. You know, I started getting loads of hackers coming on, and I just get these like messages from people. I think a lot of businesses do, trying to get you, you know, send me some flowers, and they're in somewhere else, and it's not, you know. I started getting a lot of that. Yeah. I am on Facebook though, so you can kind of follow me on there. But really, on Pride Hill, if you see me on Pride Hill selling flowers, then
make sure you go see.
Take a chance and buy them for whoever it is or whatever reason it might be.
Don't need a reason. Buy yourself some flowers. Make yourself smile.
Well, the first day I ever sold a bouquet, not sold like myself. The first time I delivered some, and I decided to start up this business, and I took a load of bouquets. I took one out to my mum's friend. Now it's passed away, but I think it was her birthday. So we drove some out there just to kind of showcase my flowers. I got a load of people in and said, right, who needs some flowers? Got some roses up to Jennifer. And number one, well, the newly released song that came on the radio as we were doing it was Miley Cyrus, Flowers.
Oh, wow.
I can buy myself flowers. And I was like, it came on, and then that was like a massive hit of that year, wasn't it? It was like absolutely huge. And I was like, it was just the song.
Have it on a loop and a little stereo on your bike. You can buy yourself flowers.
As soon the first bouquet, you know, it's such good timing. And yeah, buy yourself flowers. If you do see my flowers, they're not expensive. But it's just nice, natural little, you know. But I will be changing it. So I'm doing the radio, I'm doing lots of bits and pieces, and I'm kind of seeing where I'm going with it as well. I think I need to bring something else into my flowers, because of just selling it in the street. I will just go into town and sell my flowers then. So it's not necessarily like a normal flower shop, because there's only one of me and I don't have a shop. So I do want to bring different elements in. And
you beatbox. You can be a beatboxing florist. Do you know what I mean? Saying.
But maybe have
I didn't get a response.
No.
I wasn't asking you to beatbox on the podcast. Alex. No. I would never do that.
I can't.
No.
But yeah, maybe I'll do like a bit more like talking in my flower shop. Maybe I'll have a little mic and do something more
it's like media type stuff, like social media
around
stuff.
It. Yeah. I'm not quite there with it. So I still need a logo and a website and stuff for things like that. And I'm getting into it, and still growing flowers takes a long time on the allotment. Takes a few years to really get things going. So I'm feeling my way again with the flowers and what I want to do. But now with this new kind of radio part of me.
Has the radio given you like an urge to go out and do more? Do you know what I mean? Do you want to do more of talking to a microphone, more of doing it?
Yeah.
Is it really inspired you?
I really
creatively?
do. Yeah. But I still love doing the flowers. But yeah, I do want to be more on the bike. I was probably very scared of the mic, but it is what I kind of originally wanted to do. And I want to find my way with it. And there is, I'm getting there. But yeah, Chloe's flower hour, something like that, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
Flower hour.
Yeah.
Well, if you need any support, if you need me to put you an Amazon wish list together, if you need me to show you how to edit, whatever it is.
Thank you. Well, this is some support as well. So it's really nice chatting to you today and coming to see your setup and your beautiful Sheepstown microphone.
I will
just feel it out, you know.
It's a beautiful. I love supporting local creators. That's why I brought the Talking Shrimp guys on last week.
Yeah,
always an ally to
I
it.
see that in you. All the people that you speak to, and like you can see that you're passionate about all of this and all the people, and it's a cool thing. It comes through as like very genuine.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for coming on, and big shout out to everybody involved with InTune. You know that we go way back, man.
Yeah, InTune Radio. Go listen to it on the app. So I've got a Friday morning breakfast show, 10 till 1. If you're a band as well, if you've got original music in Shrewsbury, send me your music. So I do a power play feature where we play like someone's new music.
I play the Glockenspiel.
New, but original. Send me a track and we'll play it throughout the week. So I'm always looking for stuff like that.
I'll send you my Glockenspiel stuff. It's just a joke. But thank you so much for coming on. You've been amazing. We'll get you on again sometime. If you want to do the flower hour and then come on and talk about it, you're welcome back.
All right.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. See you again. Thanks, Alex.
Sometimes the best thing to do is just hit record and talk. Last week with the shrimp guys, I took notes, had my phone face down the whole time. This time with Chloe again, just hit record and go. I feel like it's really important that it's got to be like just natural, free-flowing conversation. And that's what that was. So thank you, Chloe. Great guest. My phone's going crazy at the moment. There's lots and lots of interesting things happening with the biscuit. Today, I had a really nice chat with Queenie, who is Rachel. She's a very, very good. She's an artist. She's a life model. She's very well known. And I have this idea that I've been playing with since, I think I was inspired by it originally at the Bellevue Arts Festival about 4 years ago. It was the first one after the pandemic. And I was speaking to an artist who was sitting on the step drawing. She's just drawing by Greyfriars Bridge. And something clicked then. And I said, I feel like there's an idea where we can create a podcast with a juxtaposition of some sort of content where I am in a room with other artists. Right, I'm not an artist, okay? I'm not an artist, but like where I can come in and sit with other artists whilst we draw and then see where it takes us. So I've been playing with this idea with Queenie. We had a good chat today. I don't know where it's going to go, but there is something we're working on with potentially famous artists in Shrewsbury. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing with today. And also next week on the podcast, we have somebody else who is doing some amazing things within the town. We're speaking to Luke Allen, who has been on the podcast many times. Many times, but it's usually because he's bringing someone else on. This guy is amazing because he loves to talk about what he does because he's very passionate. But when it comes to the biscuit, he likes to bring other people onto the podcast, and we let these other people talk about what they do. So, but this time it's different. The Last Christmas is a film that Luke is working on, and he's bringing on a guest that I don't know nothing about. I'm not going to learn about. We're going to learn about it on the podcast. I am creating his own little sort of spin-off of the show, and I made him a little bit of music. So I love South Park, right? I love South Park, and I've made this music. Thank you so much to help me put this together. This is Luke Allen's very own theme tune for the Shrewsbury Biscuit. Take a listen to this.
Oh my gosh, it's him! Who's the fella with the sunny day smile? Got that upbeat, can-do kind of style. Who brings the good times along for the ride with a pocket full of sunshine deep inside. Everyone shout it out, make some noise. It's Luke Allen! What a swell guy!
It's playing again. Oh my god, it's so in your face. I love it. So we're gonna play this to Luke next week, and we'll see how he gets on with it. Yeah, I mean, it's fun, isn't it? I don't know how he's going to take that, but I think it's funny. So yeah, next week we've got Luke Allen. Right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Really appreciate every single one of you. If this is your first time listening to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, thank you so much for listening. You can give us a follow on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and we're on TikTok too. If you want to learn more, please go to our website, which is the shrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk, and that is lovingly made for us by our sponsors, Web Orchard. If you need a website for whatever it is you do in this life, they'll make the perfect website just for you. And, you know, if you do get a website because you heard it on this podcast, make sure you let them know, because then Pete will give me a hearty high five and thank me for all the hard work I'm doing. So, yeah, we can do that. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'll catch you next week. Much love to you all. Peace out.
I took my lumps, roll with the punches, made my bed, ignored my hunches. I focused on the wrong stuff, but baby, you are the change now. Let them talk, let them talk, let them talk. Took my lumps, roll with the punches, made my bed, ignored my hunches. I focused on the wrong stuff, but baby, you are the change now.